Hey guys, Brandy Jan Scripted. Let me tell you why you are absolutely amazing and why you can create your worlds with your word, okay? So just track with me, flow with me, because I'm getting ready to give you some word on your word, okay? So I was studying, and what I realized, and I've read this scripture over and over again, I don't look at the Bible from a religious standpoint, okay? So let's just get that straight. So if I offend you, that's cool, but you need to know this because the Bible is a book of principle that if lived by, you will have what you want. Life will be easier, okay? So I went into the Bible, I was studying today, and I came across the scripture where it says in John 10:34, and then he was referencing Psalms 82:6. It says that you are gods, you are all sons of the Most High, okay? And it says in this verse, Jesus is responding to the Jewish leaders who asked him to reveal if he is the Messiah. And he answered, "Is it not written in your law, I have said you are gods?" Okay? So with that being said, it brings me to this right here. I went back to the beginning in Genesis, all right? And so in Genesis, it says, in the beginning of God's creation of the heavens and earth, now the earth was astonishingly empty, and the darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the water. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Okay, stop right there. Now, when I read that, this is how I read it. I read it as when life throws you situations where you are in darkness, you're depressed, and you feel as if the world is turning on you. You don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. This is my interpretation. And you take scripture and let it relate in your life and resonate where it deems fit, okay? So it says that there was darkness over the face of the deep. It says, and darkness is on the face of the deep. It says, and the Spirit of God hovered over it. And then he said, "Let there be light." Now, we also know, he said in John 10:34, and Jesus answered them, "Is it not written in the law, in your law, I have said you are gods?" Now, if I am a little God, I am a God, little g, okay? And he said in the beginning, he commanded light to be on darkness. And for those of you who are in a depressive state, all I got to do is switch my mind. All I got to do is give new meaning to what's demeaning. All I have to do is give new meaning to what's going on in my life. When I learned that and when I really applied it to my life and really saw how it changed the whole trajectory, it caused a paradigm shift where I'm not, you know what, I'm not even gonna hold you. It was rejection and pain that caused me to dive deeper into this. How could I reframe a hurt that occurred in my life? How could I reframe it? How could I change it and make it be light? I just said something right there. I spoke a word. I was in a dark place and I spoke a word. And I kept speaking the word with conviction and feeling and applying knowledge that I have acquired over the years about how the mind and the body and the thoughts, your thoughts, how, whatever you think, you create in feelings in the body. And I said, let me speak to my mind and let me reprogram how I'm looking at this, okay? Although I'm rejected, although I'm blocked, although I'm feeling shut out, how do I turn this thing around where I can create light in my life? Because this thing about to take me out. So if I keep pondering on what happened, tell me, Brandy, how you can rethink it put a new meaning on it where there's light. When I found that out, when I really applied it, been knowing this for years, it wasn't until it hit me. And I said, I don't know what else to do because this is hurt like crazy. Like, I need some type of relief. And God said, come to me, all ye that are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. And so what that means is that if you act like me, you'll have rest. If you study me, you'll have rest. Okay? And so I said, let me apply this. Let me find a version of this Bible that I can understand, because I got every Bible that it made, okay? And so I said, let me go back and reread this thing. He said, let there be light. He said he hovered over the waters, and it was darkness. It was darkness on the face. It was empty, darkness, and depression is darkness. And I started speaking to my body. I started affirming myself. I started getting a new self-perception of myself, and then boom, it hits. It hits. I'm now able to reframe my world. I'm now able to see things from a perspective of creation and not a perspective of hurt, pain, defamation. I'm now able to see it differently because I know who I am, and I know I can call those things that be not as though they were, and I can call forth light to my life because I know who I am. And so there's certain things that cannot occur in my body, in my life, because I have the authority and the power to turn it around. I can dream one thing and go back to sleep and reprogram that thing. I can hear you talk, but I can say it differently in my head because I know that thoughts create, and what you say does not have dominance in my world because I can cancel it. And then I said, let me redo this thing because they don't have the authority to make me feel some type of way. I am a creative being, so I can turn this thing around. Let me do it. Let me stand in power and authority and dominion and be God, the God person that I am. Let me call my world the way I want to see it without violating your will. Let me be who I need to be instead of trying to do. Let me be, not do. Let me be and not do. Let me use what you did to me, apply pressure to my own life, and create my own worlds. And then I realized it wasn't even that important anyway, because I never needed anything outside of what is in me. I don't need you. I wanted you. I don't need you. I don't need anything outside of here. I don't. When you get this concept, your worlds are going to change. And you start sowing seeds, and things start coming into fruition, and you understand that everything is you pushed out. Everything is you pushed out. The universe will only mirror and match what you're emitting. You change the way you think about stuff. Nobody can give meaning to your life but you. Nobody can give meaning to your life but you. Ladies, a man can't give meaning to your life. Even if he leaves you, that's not the definition of your life. You don't need him. You wanted him. Brandy J Unscripted. Come back for more. I'm ready to teach. We're going to change this mindset because there's a lot more to this, okay? This is mind-boggling, but I love it, okay? Y'all go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Let's come out of this deep depression. Join the crowd. Join us, the people who are learning how to change their worlds with their word. Okay? See you later.